Just do it!
So, 2015 was one of the best gaming years for us gamers. We got bangers like Witcher 3, Batman, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the Halo 5, and Dying Light. But among these games, there was also a game released by a studio named Avalanche, which is known for their Just Cause series, releases a game which would widely go unnoticed by majority of gaming, leading to a lot of people not experience this gem named Mad Max. Now, why didn't the game get traction or sales even? Was it bad? No. Was it console only? No. But it was all due to bad timing. It simply got crushed by all these giant title releases. Just to give an idea, it was released on the same day as the release of Metal Gear 5, which was the big release compared to Mad Max, leading to many people to miss this gem. I myself played this game in 2022 and I always wondered why I haven't heard of this game before. Now, today I'm gonna take you through the best points which I felt about these games so that I could maybe convince you guys to play this game. Now, since I am suggesting you guys to play these games, I'm gonna stick to showing you some open world activities or initial part of the games. Also, this video is gonna short. I just want you guys to just go and play the game. Now, what is Mad Max? If you have watched the movies which was released after the game, it's the exact same world depicted there. It's set in post-apocalyptic world where the entire world just nuked each other, and now there are few strongholds here and there, and you are left with this empty barren land where people are kind of psychos and just want to kill each other. In this, your name is Max, trying to survive this barren land, and he is haunted by the memories of his lost loving ones. Trying to make to the plains of silence, which basically means just want to die or die trying hard not to die, if that makes sense. But regardless, that is our destination. Now, the game opens with a cutscene with Scrabus Crotus, one of the sons of Immortan Joe, who is basically evil guy trying to take resources and kill everyone. Tries to do the same with us, but we teach him lesson. But in turn, we create a strong enemy in this barren land for ourselves. Now, the story of the game is not the highlight itself, and I'm not gonna spoil it for you. The ending just didn't feel right. It seemed as though they have scraped story together and didn't really have a direction for the story itself. And turns out they stole the story from the author. But we are not gonna talk about it. Just to put out a word, the story is just okay. Now, moving to the actual game. Since the game is set in post-apocalyptic war world, there are some survival elements to it. It's not as hardcore as other games, but just enough to keep you conscious about how you are in danger at every turn and need to keep yourself checked in. You can fill water from different places and drinking it will increase your health. Also, you can eat dog food scattered around the world to increase the health. There is no stamina bar apparently, you have infinite of it, and also there is your car. You also need to scrape for ammo and scraps, which is basically the money used in the wasteland. Now see, the vehicle is the whole crux of the game. It's what makes the game interesting and separate from other games. Without the car, you are just dead meat no matter what. It's basically a part of you. It's not only transportation, which will take you from point A to point B, but half of the game mechanics are linked to it. Your harpoon, which is used to open area which otherwise would have been inaccessible. You can equip a sniper rifle, which can be used to eliminate the snipers from afar, among other things. The car can be modified heavily to make it a beast. You can add ramming gear, you can add nitrous, you can upgrade the harpoon, attach spikes to your car, which will help you with the vehicular combat. Just to say, there are a lot of it, a lot of upgrades, which can make your car into deadly weapon. Now, speaking of vehicular combat, it is super interesting. You have ways to deal with enemy cars. You can hit their weak points, pull out the driver using harpoon, or you can just take out them old-fashioned way by ramming into them. And honestly, it's just super satisfying. Overall, I think the vehicular combat is very unique and very different in this game compared to the other games. And for the driving, the car has some weight to it. It feels like you are driving some post-apocalyptic car which was barely scrapped together somehow. The driving feels as if you are consciously making turns, applying brakes, and it just feels like the car is alive. And just like you, survival elements are also attached to the car. You need to refuel your car, you need to regularly repair your car since it has health, and also there is some cooldown on nitrous part. Overall, the vehicle and vehicular combat is one of the best I have ever seen. Now the game has some RPG elements, like you can upgrade Max, like his jacket, knuckles for the hand, the shotgun among other things. You need to gather all the scraps from the open world for this. You can also complete challenges to earn tokens, which can be used to level Max's health, attack power, water capacity, gathering capacity, and many other things. And for all this to happen, the open world is pretty big, I would say. There are few regions to explore and lot of activities you can do. But like a typical open world game, where sense of freedom can lead to players get distracted from the main story, and this is not a case for Mad Max. With each main and side missions, yes, there are side objectives too, it somehow connects all to the world, with the goal being to discover the open world, or to build more resources, or just to strengthen yourself and your car. It just makes you feel like everything is connected together by one string. Speaking of world, the world is filled with ton of open world activities, like taking on fuel camps, the fuel convoys, you can destroy the scarecrows, the sniper towers, and many more. The activities also has some sub-objectives to it. Like, if you went to take on a fuel camp, you first need to destroy defenses, otherwise the alarm will go off in certain time, leading to the reinforcement being called. You need to kill the war crier at first, otherwise he will buff other enemies. You need to collect the scraps, relics, and destroy insignias, and destroy fuel pumps to complete the camp 100%. Not only this, but they also provide some good incentives for doing these activities. Like, if you take on a fuel camp, you will get regular supplies of the scraps, lower the Scrotuch's power in the region, meaning less enemy nuisance in the region. And also there is a weather system in the game, and sound being frequent, it makes these activities much more engaging and interesting. And there is a lot more, which I will let you discover on your own. Now, moving on to the combat of the game is also very good. It is challenging, but it's not impossible. It's inspired from the combat of the Arkham Knight. You have your shotgun, which you can use to kill enemies in one shot, at least most of them. You can upgrade it to make it powerful. But remember, ammo being scarce, you need to learn the combat. The combat is methodical, it has certain rhythm to it. You need to click dodge enemies and attack simultaneously. It resembles combat of the Arkham Knight. You have to dodge the unblockable attacks. The consecutive attacks fills up your fury meter, which leads to some awesome fury finishers. Overall, the combat is solid and fun. I could never get tired of this. And cherry on the top, the sound design also very excellent, capturing the movement with correct and appropriate amount of sound effect. The explosion, the punch, the harpoon, the driving, everything sounds heavy and realistic. This makes the game much more immersive and fun. Overall, the game is very fun and exciting. Not sure why the mediocre Metacritic review, maybe because it's light on the story. But I'd say story being light favors this game. And the graphics, did I mention it? The graphic is just gorgeous for a 2015 game. The color palette used is excellent, and one captures the grim, depressed beauty of this wasteland perfectly. The game also has some memorable characters, but honestly, you will be here for everything except the story. The world always reminds you that there is no sense of permanence, and everybody is gonna die and end sometime. And that's what makes you feel alive in this game. So that's about this game. If you want, please give it a try. It's a good game, and if you have nothing to play on your hands, I would recommend this game. And apart from that, if you like the video, please subscribe and like. It helps me a lot. It keeps me motivated, honestly. And thank you for all your support. See you next time.